Good morning, everybody. So, have you haven't been to a housekeeping? This is about our social medias, our Facebook group. What we have find interesting stories and confession to show to you guys. So last week video done very well. I have seen already very interesting topics, right? I think you guys love a lot of love spell, a lot of like voodoo and discussion stuff like that. So today we have more content for you. Take it away, Eugene.
I really don't feel good. I'm getting a
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
And good morning, B.
Good morning.
What do you have for us today? What can we expect from you?
So today we have very interesting sharing. A lot of more Hantu videos today compared to confession. But I'm very excited to show you because when I was scrolling Instagram, right, late night, they always like to show me very scary things. And it's those things that you doubt, like, is this really, ghost or not ghost? Even if it's not ghost, this is a very scary thing to happen to you. So I was like, Instagram is like testing my SC confession standing. Is this person like good enough, brave enough soul to enter the SC confession committee to stay as a host?
Is that where we are doing a show in the morning and the afternoon? So much
Yes,
safer with the
no more
light.
at night. Hey, really, if I was reading all the confessions at night, I get chills down my back. I was like, ooh, someone here with me?
Because they are listening. Now, let's start the show. Speaking of chills, the first one we have is by Henry Gunn. Now, this one is about interesting old photos, old posts, and old photos. He referenced Thomas Tan's photo from 2015. Wow, that's almost 10 years
very
ago.
long ago. Almost 10 years ago already, Eugene.
Yeah, man.
Do you feel old?
Sometimes I don't think it's that far back. Then when I start counting that it's a decade, and I wonder how much I can do in a decade when I was young, then yes, it does feel old because it's like a quarter of my life right now. So this one's about Sembawang. Let's take a look at the picture up close. So this is a group picture, a photo of, or rather a picture of 3 photos, and he circled
They
a
have the
red
zoom,
mark there.
right?
Right? Okay, let me zoom in and take a closer look. You can see, right? Got apparitions, right?
Yeah, it's so scary. But this actually okay. Some people might say it's Photoshop and stuff like that. But this person looked like he just like taking picture of the scenery and like I don't know why this is a good idea lah. This person maybe never not a believer. Now I think after taking this photo, Eugene, here got ghost.
No, he knows because he's supernatural confessions people. So anywhere you go, you suspect it's haunted, you take photo. This guy, he knows the rules of engagement. Okay, so the logical mind would say is people walking and he take with a slow shutter speed because it's at night, low light. So when people walk, you see this apparition. And I've been to this part of Sembawang as well. This is
Okay.
the area that leads towards Sembawang Beach. On the right side is the Longkang. It's a long, quiet road, very quiet, and it is quite spooky. And this place have a lot of story as well.
Oh.
Now to see this apparition there, let's take a look at the clothing. I zoom in even more. Okay. It looks like white clothing, black pants, or white clothing with no legs, and there's no face. You notice? You see that? No face.
Yeah, it's very like it looks like more like a silhouette, right? After that, like someone just like turn down the opacity, like then leave like 10% opacity
Yeah. When it comes to photographs, it's very hard to determine whether it's
to
real or
tell.
not, right?
Yeah.
But I would like to believe that what he caught on camera was the real deal.
But Eugene, you ever wonder why sometimes you can take picture of the ghost, then sometimes cannot? What is the occasion that the handphone suddenly say, hey, I want to take picture of ghost today? Is it the model? Is it the brand? Is it the auspicious hour? Who knows, right?
Very good question, B, you asked. I was told by a master that if I wanted to take a photo of the ghost, I need to bury my camera in cemetery soil, make it very in, make the camera very in. So that when I take, it connects and is able to appear. I don't know how true is that. I've never buried a camera in cemetery soil. So if you guys have done it, let me know. So to answer this question, perhaps at a certain time in a place where it's very in, the camera might be affected, and then you can take. So if you go to places like this where the energy is really very cow, right? It's easier for you to capture something. Maybe. That's what.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, there is a confession that's coming out later today that has got something to do with a story about a house facing a beach in a quiet side of Singapore. There's only a few beaches in Singapore that has residential area. East Coast, West Coast, and Sembawang. Okay, Changi but Changi is not really residential, it's a resort, right? East Coast, the houses are not near the beach anymore. West Coast as well. So the only place that really faces the beachfront is in Sembawang. So my guess is in Sembawang, and the confessions will be coming out at the end of today's show. So stay tuned for that one. It's quite eerie. But for now, let's listen to James Foo's confession as narrated by Belinda Gunn.
Thank you, James Foo, for sending in a confession. So let's get started. Sharing some of my army stories in Sungai Gedong camp back in the early 2000s. It is located in Lim Chu Kang, far away from civilization, but near to all the cemeteries. We had plenty of spooky experience back in our active days. So let's get started on our first story. During the guard duty, we had to parole around different checkpoints in the camp. Often, the camp stray dogs would accompany us for the walks. But every time we walk around a certain stretch near the combat engineer bunks, our dog would just stop and let us proceed by ourselves. When we were finished with the area, they will automatically join us back for the rest of the walk. I'm still wondering why the camp dog accompanied the soldiers for paroling will only avoid certain areas in the stretch. Second story. During active days, my unit was doing a 2-hour notice to move on standby. We were grounded in the camp and all our ammos and vehicle were loaded and ready. Upon activation, we had 2 hours to deploy and defend Singapore. We had to cordon off all the ammos and equipment and take turnbacks to do guard duties and at the vehicle to shed during the 2 NTM period. My buddy and I were unlucky and we kena the night shift guard duty. I was paroling around the external cordon area while my buddy was guarding the command post. As I walked past the command post during one of my rounds, my buddy asked me to sit with him in the command post for a while. I asked him, "What's wrong?" The command post was facing the standard obstacle course, OSC, grounded which was 200 meters away from us. He told me he saw a soldier in full gear, repeating going up and down the Jacob ladder. It was about 3 to 4 a.m. at night. Who will practice SOC in full gear in this hour? Furthermore, when I looked at SOC ground, I couldn't see a thing. One of my friends was doing the weekend orderly sergeant COS duty, where he had to take care of our company building and handle all the administrative matters. During one of the break, he went back to our bunk on the 4th floor to take a shower. He was the only one in the whole company building. Back then, the shower cubicles were doorless and it was facing the washing sinks with mirror. As he was showering halfway, he suddenly noticed a green being at the mirror reflection together in him with the cubicle. Nevertheless, he ran out naked and never entered the toilet again. Quack quack.
Wow, the ghost want to romance with him in the shower.
But why green? I wonder.
Nature spirit, maybe?
That's a good question. Like maybe like nature neem or something,
Yeah,
right?
right.
They have a
A dryer,
maybe
a sexy
lonely.
nymph. I can deal with a green ghost. Just don't give me a black shadow figure. Not the green is still quite a
I think green still okay, right? Green at
yeah.
least like be like, something funny, something wrong. Okay, but black you know you habis.
You know, there's the ghost, right? The color. Someone said green, gray, black, white, and I think red are of course red lah. So apparently green and red are quite high up there in terms of the aggression. Black is quite entry level. So if you are
Is
going with that,
it?
if we are going with that logic, right? Like red is vengeful, green is nothing, don't know, demonic. Then this green thing inside the shower you stall with him is not exactly a good thing. But I'm thinking it's dryad lah. To me, the first thing I think of is you're an army camp, you're in a forest, green equals sexy nymph and dryads.
Hey, but what if you say high up, right? You know, what if it's a succubus? You know, because people showering, man. Where else will you go into people's shower?
Of all the ways to go, I think going through succubus might not be a bad thing lah.
You know, like just give yourself some comfort. Hey, that day I think succubus come and visit me. Not
Yeah.
so bad. I think I still like have enough real power. What's that called? Risk power to risk up the ghost.
You see, I imagine, right, when people die, then they have to queue up and then go to the other side, like cross the bridge, right? Or maybe you're in purgatory, okay? So you're queuing up to go to hell, and then you see the person beside you queue up also. Then you're, hey, so how you die? Then the fellow was like, I was in the shower, then this succubus came up to me, then sucked me off. Then, really? Then when I come, then all my energy was taken by her, then I just fall unconscious and I die. But at least I die, with an orgasm. So how do you die? Oh, a ghost came to find me in the toilet. I got scared, I ran out, I slipped on the bar of soap, I fell down, I hit my head. Between one of the two, then I'd rather go the first way lah.
The person will like, walao, this person show off only. Tell me how he died.
你赢了咯. Alright. Okay, so Jacob's Ladder. What about this one? Oops. What about this story?
So for this story, I think the most scary thing is what? Reading all the acronyms at night. I read so many times the acronym. I'm like, oh my god, so many acronyms. Okay, but anyway, I think all the guys, our male viewers can relate to this, right? But I think this is actually quite funny. I have actually spoken to a lot of my like male friends, right? Then I always ask them, hey, got interesting story or not? Then they every time those people who believe or don't believe, they always got camp story to tell me. So it's very interesting also. And the thing that actually got me into reading further is that they always say the campgrounds, right? It's always near cemetery and away from civilization. The away from civilization part, I can understand lah. You want to do like some, like army stuff, top secret. Don't want to share with people. Then that one I understand. But why near cemetery?
I think because in Singapore, okay, so this is the logical Eugene talking, okay? In Singapore, small country, a lot of places were kampong. When you have kampongs, you have cemetery. Then when Singapore need to clear the kampongs, what do you have to do? They have to also clear the cemetery to build things. So almost everywhere, if we understand that it was kampong, then almost everywhere will be cemetery. And we need the land, right? So bo pian. So we're always building things on cemetery.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't think the army just purposely, let's build a camp. Where do we go, sir? Let's build it on a cemetery to fuck with our soldiers. I don't think so lah.
Like what's that called? Physical training and mental training also. Wanna
like low key need to train us to handle supernatural, right?
The supernatural. Sometimes you see your dead body come back and fight with you. You gotta put a brave face and say, let's go.
Now, speaking of keeping our soldiers keen and brave, most of the soldiers are training in forest, right? Can you imagine if they have to face this? Let's watch.
These trees will make you question everything.
Okay. So, when you look at this video, it is quite freaky. It's like the trees are alive and moving on their own, splitting. And the first one looks like a person actually. See? Looks like a person as well. Looks like a person. You know the movie Sleepy Hollow?
No, but I've seen like characters spin off it from it before.
And the
What's that?
tree that bleeds. So you cut the bark, it bleeds. Okay, like people can say it's sap, right? You see, he's moving. It's like breathing, right? The thing just moving on its own.
Scary.
Maybe it's insects inside, like creepy crawlies. It should be
Maybe,
worse. Then
maybe.
it opens up, then everything all spills out.
Imagine you open up, then all the insects like just like fly out. Like, oh shit.
Okay, but even that is scary lah. Even that is scary. So
Yeah, but it reminds me of when you watch all those like horror movie and stuff like that, or maybe even you read books, then they say the earth opens up and then the tree begin to move and sway. You always picture how it will become, but then when you're in that moment, it's like, oh shit, I'm in a horror movie.
yeah. Last week we gave you great tips on how to protect yourself with trees and plants, right?
Yes, all the rose, all the thorny ones, right?
Yeah. So very peaceful. You think plants are good. Plants help me. This week we show you how plants can fuck with you.
The thorny plants, all this is to keep the hantu away. But what if you got bad neighbours? Want to scare those little kids away, always like picking out your plants and stuff like that. Mommy, I saw a person's hand in the person's yard. Then don't go there lah.
Deadman Fingers. Okay, I'm going to try to pronounce, since we are all about mangling up.
I think they're called Deadman Fingers. I've heard this before.
Yeah,
It's a type of fungus, right?
Yeah. So Deadman Fingers have actually a scientific name. You want to give it a try?
Where is the name?
Yeah, fine. Name. Oh my god. Okay. So Deadman Fingers, known as... Okay, you try to pronounce this? I WhatsApp to you.
Alamak.
Okay.
This one I don't even try. How to pronounce this word?
Zilaria polymorpha.
This one is like, when I want to learn like new words, I will break them down. And then after that, I just copy and paste and write into the paper, the exam paper. I don't even know how to pronounce the word.
Yeah, just copy, paste, paraphrase. So close up of this Zilaria polymorpha, also known as dead man's fingers. This is how it looks like. Because it really looks like a rotten hand coming out of the ground with fingers.
Hey, this one look like what?
What?
Like the herbal soup, the chicken feet.
Oh, feng zhao. Chinese will eat anything, right?
The chicken feet. Then
Yeah.
after that, they cook with peanut one.
I love feng zhao lah. Right, the chicken
Is
feet,
it
right?
Feng Zhao? I don't know what's the Chinese name for it, but
Ji jiao lah.
just
Ji jiao.
responsible. Yeah, just responsible to eat only.
Okay, I show you. I think people need to have a visual of what we Chinese people eat.
Does it not look scary? I used to freak out, when I was a kid. I was like, Papa, what are you eating? What's that? Whose hand is that?
Actually, come to think about it, it's quite scary leh. I
is.
just never considered it only.
It is because as a child, your hand is very small. Then after that, it's like your hand is almost the same size as the chicken feet. Maybe like, whose hand are you eating?
Wow. Well, it does look a bit like our dead man's finger. Yeah. So more dead man's fingers. This one really looks like slender fingers. You have this one. Okay, this one is like a woman's hand.
Yeah.
Now it gets worse, This one.
Yeah. This is the pic I saw. The very viral picture.
How is this a fungus? You tell me it's a toe, I believe leh.
Then after that, later you open, there's a dead body below.
Right, you're walking in the forest, then you see this, then you're, oi, hey, tell your friend. Yeah, imagine you're in army lah. Hey, brother, got a dead person under lock. No lah, don't worry lah. It's just a fungus that you open up the lock and you got a dead person inside.
I think the buddy will beat you up. Don't anyhow say things. Just go.
Okay. So we have, when people talk about ghost story, one of
Yes.
the common things that appears in stories is most of these ghosts are all very old, right?
That is what I've been saying. I tell you, there's no Gen Z ghosts. Not yet lah.
No millennial ghosts. Okay, Gen Z maybe too young lah. They're still in their 20s, but millennials are in their 30s already. Some millennials will have passed away. Although
That's
say
true.
millennials, I say Gen X also can lah. In their 40s or 50s, right? So some may have passed away. But why don't we hear any Gen X ghosts or millennial ghosts? I can tell you why there's no Gen X ghosts.
Why?
Because we Gen Xers don't give a fuck. We can't be bothered to come back. We're like, well, our earth and life it is so susah,
Enough.
so in yeah, we're not coming back here. Like, thank you. We are off to the other side, wherever the other side is. Okay? So Gen X will not have ghosts. But millennials, they're so snowflakes, right? Or they were snowflakes when they were alive. Maybe they will come back, right? And then they were like, you offend me. I'm not going to haunt you.
No, that's the Gen X. That's the Gen
Gen Z,
Z. Us. I think what my generation will probably be like, because like, hey, what one 打架. Then after that, the big old ghost come, right? That's like
Oh.
come.
Now, this video sent by Lynn Dressel asks an important question.
Yes.
Would you come back and go, instead of, ooh, you go, it's Britney, bitch.
It's like you can imagine like the horror movie, another like plot in the making probably. It's like your best friend died. It's like, I'm so sad. She was such a nice person. Then after it's like, then suddenly like things in your house start to change. Hey, the bed sheet suddenly changed by itself. Breakfast in ready. And it's like, oh my god, who is that? Then it's like, it's Britney, bitch.
Or you play your music, then the music, the channel, Spotify auto change because the ghost doesn't like your taste in music.
But Alexa suddenly changed music itself. It's like now playing it's Britney, bitch. In the morning.
Now, it's safe to say that, people who are our fans in the community, Supernatural Confessions community, are quite brave people. You have to have a certain amount of balls in order to be talking about ghost story, listening to ghost story, even in daytime. So the next video I'm going to show you, chances are this person is not part of Supernatural Confessions. Just watch.
Oh my god. She knocked out.
Okay. I think this is like a movie premiere, and then people are watching into the cinema, then you have your scare actors just standing around. It's quite spooky lah. You see them, and this girl walk in, see this, don't dare walk through, freak out. She's actually quite spooked out lah.
Yeah. I can see. Usually if let's say anybody of our viewers, right, actually see ghosts or will encounter ghosts in the future, what you gonna do? Just like act bodoh, act blur. Huh? What ghost? Just walk through it. Because the moment you give them this reaction, they'll be like, hey, you can see me, you can see me, Then they'll be like, no face.
This is exactly how real ghosts will react, right? You scared of them, the more they will come to you, right?
Yeah, the more they will come to you. So just act bodoh, act blur. What?
That's why we always say when we go for ghost hunting or go to places where it's haunted, the person who will kena the most is the chicken shit one.
Yes, you must have a strong firm, act blur.
Okay, but that being said, I have no issues with this girl being scared. I think fear and her fear is a very rational response. I would not mock her. I would not even look down on her. I feel that her fear is very real. Her legs gave way, she fell down. So not mocking that. But there's something even scarier in this video that I saw, and I cannot take my eyes off it. I'll show you.
Okay. What?
Oh, yeah, wait. Do you see the boyfriend come? You see what is he wearing? You see what is he wearing?
Crocs,
Walao, polo tee, berms, socks and shoe leh, bro. Oh, your
Hey,
fashion
this one
sense
is
is
the new
scary eh.
dressing.
Oh, yeah, bro.
All the what's that called? The Korean people are like wearing socks and with their slippers. I don't understand why.
This. I think before the Korean make it look cool, the Artyong make it look cool first lah. Look at that, cannot lah. Can sleep with a guy like that lah. Can bring home. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe some girls find it
Hey,
sexy.
But you know, Eugene,
What?
this reminds me of another story that my friend told me the other time.
ah.
So, my friend was like on board of this like cruise ship. So this cruise ship, right? I cannot remember. I think it's like the one that you know, the two very big famous brands. I cannot name them. You know, don't want to get in
Yeah.
trouble. Okay,
Unless
the
they
very big
sponsor us.
famous brands.
Okay.
Okay, the one that is nothing to do with the stars one. The other one. You know, nothing to do with the stars, the other brand. So we went to on
more
cruise,
expensive brand, is
very, the more expensive brand.
Oh.
The one after that go on the cruise, right? Then after that, went on to this. Their ships are very big, you know, very grand and look very expensive looking. So after that, right? This friend of mine actually cannot see ghosts, like you know, like a bit half also lah, right? Then after that, the moment right, she came out of the cubicle. And then after that, you know, the ghost like stand at the corner, like directly outside the cubicle. So when you come out, right, you saw a person standing like right at the outside the cubicle. You were like,
Cubicle is in your room bunk or talking
no,
about
toilet.
cubicle? Okay.
Yeah. So after that, there's like, you know, someone standing there, just a normal person, even if he looks like a normal person, just a person standing there, you were like, you know, flinch a bit because like suddenly you weren't expecting a person that's standing like, you know, in such a very awkward position, right? So after I finish a bit, right, you know what the ghost you know say to her? The ghost say, "Hey, what? You can see me, You want to fight? Is it? Want to go? Want to go?" You know, for taunting her. You know, this one I think must be the
Millennial ghost. I think millennial ghosts will fight on keyboard on. They will not fight face to face.
气跨百, you know, want to fight.
Then what if your friend did? What did your friend
Just
do?
walk out lah, you know, just act blur, buat bodoh.
Angry ghost, yeah. It's quite lan. Ghost quite lan.
No, but I think right, the ghost actually never do anything. So I think it's just, you know, territorial maybe. This is my toilet. Why you come into my space?
And how but your friends go back to stay in the room?
She just walked back lah into somewhere else. The cruise ship very big then probably just loiter around before going back to the room. The ghost never follow her also. So after that, it's like quite interesting toilet experience.
You should ask your friend to confess. This is the first Kuala Lan ghost found on board a cruise ship. But I will still live with Kuala Lan ghosts in toilet than to see this in my own room. Watch this.
Oh my god!
Okay, to be fair, I don't think this is a real clip lah. This is a real story.
This is like, you know, all your like after you
reenactment.
watch like scary movie and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and then this is like your own reaction to be like, oh my god, is that somebody's head?
First of all, I would not have my bed
Facing the door, is it?
like that. Walao, can you imagine? Nobody puts the bed and sleeps like that in front of the door.
Ang Mo, they don't know the feng shui.
Then okay, but it's a well done horror short clip lah.
Content, right?
Yeah, I didn't see this thing because I mean we're all scared of shit that is under our bed. We all grew up with the idea that you cannot put your feet out because the ghost will tickle your leg or touch your leg. You will put it inside and cover with blanket. Then you show me this monster under the bed, literally monster coming out from under the bed. It's bound to screw with your fear factor.
Yes. Later at night cannot sleep, you know who to call. Eugene.
Yeah, I was always saying, right, despite seeing a show like this, despite us watching horror movie, and we know it's fake, we know it's made up in Hollywood studio, but seeing a scene like this plants a seed of fear in your mind. And when you go back
Yes,
to bed
very
tonight, chances are you all might imagine this. So ladies and gentlemen watching this Housekeeping with Belinda and me, if you get nightmare from watching this clip, please let us know in the comment section. We are #sorry not sorry.
You know, it's like this trending saying, it's so mean, do it again.
Oh my. Okay lah. So now from scaring you and spooking you out, we have other tips to help you safeguard your interest. Last week we show you plants. This week, this being the June holiday period, you might be traveling. Ooh, check this out. By Wilson Ho. There are some ways you can protect your luggage when you're traveling so that it doesn't get stolen. Let's take a look. Put Foo.
Hey, you know where I saw something similar to this, you know. I think it was about a few months ago. You know when? When the Taylor Swift is coming to Singapore. Then after that, the person will print out this picture, right, of the luggage also. This bag belonged to my fan. You know, this person is shopping, you know, just in Singapore just for my concert. Please do not touch this bag.
And paste on luggage like that.
Yeah, it's a Taylor Swift Foo, and then with a Taylor Swift, like, you know, the picture, whatever picture they choose, you know. And I'm just like, oh my god, it's like so tacky, but okay.
Hold on, let me Google this shit up. I want to find Taylor Swift printed on luggage, is it?
Luggage print or something like that, I guess. I didn't take picture, but I saw a lot of it in Jewel. The other time, I will just happen to be in Jewel. Do you see it?
I see luggage bags with Taylor print photos, but it's not like self-printed. It's more like a brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I find it,
Okay.
I will post a social media group later.
Okay.
I need to probably go and do some intensive research first, or
But-
maybe I take a picture somewhere lah. I just need to go and dig it up later.
But I like this one. This Guan Gong one.
Definitely, you won't take the wrong bag, right?
Yeah.
Nobody say, "Hey, sorry, I take the wrong bag." No, this is my content.
Also, you know how last time when we were younger, right? How does your parents raise you? Because we are different generations, right? Do you remember how your parents raised you? Like when you misbehave, did they scare you with ghost stories and all that?
No, I scare them with ghost story. Then mommy, there got thing. There, papa, there got thing. Hey, at night when I sleep, someone sleeping with me. Different. You're asking the wrong person. Okay, but to be fair, they always say, you know, you shouldn't be like entitled. If you never do anything wrong, you know, they won't come and offend you and stuff like that. So it kind of like forced me to be a good person, you know. It's like, okay, if I don't do anything wrong, the Hantu won't come. You know, jokes on them, the Hantu still came.
Poor thing. I'm so well behaved. Why you can't find me? Yeah, so we all grew up, especially Asian kids, grew up with cautionary tales. Especially me. My grandma, Adoy. I can resonate with this. So just to give you a bit of close up on this one. It says, Danny, sounds like the monster in the basement has heard you crying again. Let's be real quiet and hope he goes away. And the father just do the toop, 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 toop to scare the sound coming from the basement. This is such an Asian parent.
But what if one day little Tommy grow up and then after that he really hear the toop, toop, toop. Then he's like, Dad, the monsters are coming. He's like, no, I uninstalled that thing years ago.
And that's growing up. You misbehave, the ghost will come and find you. You don't come back early, the ghost will come and find you. You know, you go to bed early, the ghost will come and find you. Everything, the ghost will come and find me on it. Well, lucky.
You don't shower, the ghost will come and find you.
Because you dirty.
You don't eat finish your food, the ghost will come and find you.
Yeah, you don't wash your hand, your leg, ghost will find you. I wonder how I grew up without trauma, man. Or maybe whole Supernatural Confessions was the trauma manifested.
You know, actually, you know, open up some memories, like, you know, being stored inside my brain. What my parents would actually tell me, right? If you don't eat this, you won't be beautiful.
So what was it that you had to eat?
Tofu. I don't like the tofu that got no taste one. You know, the white color silky tofu. People will put like you know, soya sauce or some sort of thing inside ma. They just give me the plain tofu and then the fish also tastes so plain and everything so plain and bleh.
You know this.
Like, you don't eat this later, you won't be smart. But then after that, also never turn out smart. Then how?
But okay lah, then got turn out beautiful ma. 1 out of 2 lah. 1 out of 2. Parents half right. No lah, not that stupid also lah. Quite smart lah, can lah. 3/4, right? But they say
I can live by myself lah. I won't die lah, but I can't say for the rest of the people.
no, but they say tofu or is it tau hui? And I'm not making this up, right? An ex-girlfriend of mine, this is 20 plus years ago lah, maybe my second or third ex-girlfriend from my younger days. She is a big fan of eating tofu and drinking tau hui because she said it makes her breast big, and that's what her parents told her. And she's quite
That's not true.
she's quite bossomy lah. So I thought, okay, maybe there's some truth to it. Tau hui and tofu. Maybe is that why people say when a man touch the girl's breast, it's like, 吃豆腐.
Maybe.
So you eat tofu a lot, right? How? Does it work?
No, I don't eat tofu a lot. It doesn't work. I call bluff. That's a bad myth.
Debunk.
Debunk, though.
Alright. But there's other ways you can be nice to your babies. Maybe this will be the new parenting style. Let's take a look at this video. So what the father is doing is holding the baby in his arms, and he just went, oh, and the baby immediately calms down and
Fell
falls asleep.
asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see the instant knockout. I want that man in my life.
You just see the
Having
body, right? You want to put
insomnia
your
in
head
your
on that
life.
body, right? The chest, then, ooh, so muscular.
Maybe I will sleep better too. Who knows?
So for Belinda, for the guys listening out there, she don't need to hear sweet nothings like, oh, I love you, or baby, you're so sweet. All she wants to hear is have her head on your chest as you go, oh. It's a SC love story.
It might be a quick, de-escalation for the lovers' quarrel. It's like, baby, come here. It's like, oh, no need to fight.
So guys, I would love for you all to try this, right? Next time you fight your woman, right? Fuck you too, asshole. I'm done. I want to break up with you. Okay, hold on. Come, one for the road. Hug you first. Then you. See whether that works or not. Okay, let me know in the comment section. Let us know in the comment section whether that will work. If you don't know whether it will work or not, today go and fight with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and then you hug her and you ohm her or him. Okay, then you let us know. Market research. Okay, take one for the team, guys.
I would love to know too. Please tag me.
Belinda, you want to tell us about why is this ohm thing about?
I think from what I don't really practice it, but from what I have learned and gathered is, I think it's something to do with like opening like the chakras in your body, and then after that, being being aligned, and then there's like nothing blocked, your energy is clear, then after that it relaxes your body, and then you just go into a state where you just I guess you just feel so relaxed, and then you just pass out.
No wonder I think I meditate, I fall asleep. That's why. Okay, so Om is the sound, at least from the beliefs, holistic beliefs, and I think Hindu as well, Buddhism as well. Om, O-M, or A-U-M, is the sound of the universe. It's the first sound the universe makes when it was in creation, is Om. So when you chant or do your mantra, you start off with Om, you are sinking in with the universal energy, the cosmos. And all human beings are born out of the cosmos, out of the universe, especially babies, fresh souls. They are closest to the Om, because creation, right? So when you chant the Om, it brings them back to the time when they were born, they are comfortable, they were safe in the mother's womb or in the creation process. And that's why they fall asleep, because they are relaxed. They are not dealing with the noise, the frequencies around the world that is overwhelming for them.
Hey, but actually, you mentioned the meditation just now also. I also find that, after meditation, like, after you have like your own like inner peace, you have time for yourself, you actually do block out the hustle and bustle of life, right? And then that particular those nights, right, you actually do sleep very well also. if you really like do it like seriously and properly lah, there are some people who like are just doing it for the sake of doing it, and then I'm like, hey, later don't work lah. But I feel like those people who really seriously generally do meditate, they actually have a line with the frequency, maybe with the frequency of Om also, then they do sleep better. You can try it.
Speaking of that, I had a meditation session on the 6th of June this year, and it was a guided meditation. It was in a group of people, and it was a good time to chant because Saturn, the planet, was in alignment with some energy, and it was a good time to clear obstacles for karma and things like that, because the deity of Saturn was in charge of that portfolio. So maybe we're chanting the line Om Namah Shivaya. I heard, and this was midway, almost close to the end of the 108 times you do your chanting. I heard there was a sound beyond the room in my consciousness that was chanting along, the sound of Om. And I was conscious enough to listen, very sure it's not coming from the room, because you can hear the voices. Om, you can hear. But it's almost like distance, like as if someone is standing 3 doors down and going, oh, or like someone in the next block shouting, oh, that kind of distance. But it's not shouting, it's not like someone screaming across the block. And then I opened my eyes thinking maybe it might be the radio or the TV that was turned on. Nothing. Everyone was still the eyes were closed and meditating. So after the meditation, I actually commented and said, did anyone else hear it? 2 other members in the circle who were meditating also could say, yeah, I heard it. It sounds like it was chanting along with us, and it's in the distance. Exactly how I heard it.
This is like probably like I don't know which space you went to lah. Maybe the space has like some sort of like guide, or maybe the spirit also maybe chanting along. Because whatever studio they set up this in, like yoga studio, they probably have done their research, and really cleanse the place. Usually when you go to this kind of practice, if it's like a proper establishment, you will feel that it's very, clean. You feel very welcome. You feel very like reborn kind of feeling, right? So maybe they do have like a guide there that they, just want to help you guys along.
Maybe. But no, this was done not at the studio. It was at one of the members' house.
Maybe the person's house is very spiritual lah.
Possibly. Or I was thinking we have Om throughout that process, and we have matched with the frequency, so we can then hear it. Maybe could be one or two. Yeah, but it was a very nice calming effect, and after we woke up, wow, the feeling is shock, man.
Shock, right? I get it.
Yeah. I never used to be a fan of meditation because I could never get it. For the longest time, I tried it, it did not work. And then, of course, becomes frustration. Frustration leads to, meditation waste time lah. But once you get it and you are able to go in that zone, it's a beautiful thing. And it's very hard to teach someone to replicate that. It's very individual. I think there's no one fixed formula for everyone. Anyway, next one. Check this out, B.
What's that?
By Ras Musa.
Is that the Hantu?
When you look at the pic, can you see the Hantu?
I can. I saw this during when I was scrolling Facebook. I was like, oh my god, what's that? I was like, oh, nothing.
So it's a photo of someone taking. This is Ras Musa saying, my sister shared this pic of her room during a recent stay in a hotel in KL. One of her friends noticed something but decided not to tell her until she checked out. I think it's nothing more than a pareidolia effect or illusion. You tell me. So you watching in, let's take a look. Hotel room, bed, chair, dining table, gaudy looking wallpaper indicates that this hotel seems very old. And then if you just take a look at a glance, you see that somewhere in the middle is
it's a white apparition
with long black hair, no legs.
Floating.
But you take a close-up look, still look a bit scary. Actually look a bit grumpy, huh? Got eyes, got one grumpy frown. Well, quite fat, the ghost. Then actually it's a mirror.
But what if the friend say notice something but decided not to tell her? It's not that one. Maybe really got ghost. Base.
That's why I bring it to be. Belinda, is there anything in the room?
Sorry. My powers don't work through medias. I cannot see. I need to be there. I need to be there to check. So next time if you all want to test me, want to invite me to your BTO house or whatever, I can only be there. Then after that I can feel the energy. Your house, the feng shui, not good.
Then for a while, just stand there staring at the corner. Then they ask you what's wrong. No, nothing. Never mind.
Or maybe I'll be like, playing with a kid in the corner. I was like, hey, you 吃饱了吗? You eat the party, eat the pizza already? Then after that, later a friend say, hey, who you talking to? Hey, no, your nephew? My nephew?
I got no nephew. Okay, this next one is legit scary shit. Okay, Belinda doesn't even dare watch this at night.
I don't dare to watch. I click the video, I just send inside the group. I don't want to watch.
I watched this last night and I had to cut this out. My God.
Sorry, Eugene.
Okay, let's take a look.
我就说嘛，伟人是真实存在的。上海一名网友分享了自己家对面的诡异邻居，一直站着不动，盯着他的方向看。
Okay, so English translation. This person in the house says that there's a neighbour opposite her unit staring at them, standing there unmoving. Just staring. Can you take a look at this shit? This old lady just standing there.
Very
staring.
ominous, right?
Now got two some more.
I didn't watch this video before.
You didn't watch
It's scary. I didn't watch afterwards. I forgot about the video because it's like, out of mind, out of sight, that kind of thing.
Wow. This one is quite karas, man.
Hey, but I watched the video. I think I watched it until they all open like the torchlight, right, to flash in. Do you watch the video there?
No. Is that a different video?
No. I don't think so.
Same one?
Oh, okay.
Don't have,
Okay. I thought that when they on the flashlight, then they flash inside. No, actually they didn't. Because until here, I off the video already.
No, they didn't flash in.
Can you imagine you flash in and there's no face?
Wow, sometimes you don't want to find out.
But it's like when you are taking this video, you're already here. They know you're looking at them. What you can obviously see. The face is looking at you.
It's giving me the creeps there. There's one confession about the mother and the two daughters one living in Bedok. In the early part of their confession, they said in their house, when they look across their unit, there's a lady standing there every night looking into their house. But they never actually gone up to her to ask. I can imagine this is how it looks like.
How it is, how it feels, right? Then especially when you cannot move away already. Damn scary.
The Hong Kong actress that always act the ghost one?
Not sure, don't know who.
Okay. There's one lady she always act as a ghost character in Hong Kong movie. Okay, now then there's two.
What if the neighbor actually want to talk and gossip lah? Say that, this person always buy weird clothings, cosplay clothings. Then after that ask the husband to come and watch. This one look like you wear the normal clothes every day. Maybe talking gossip.
You know what would be damn funny, right? We do a short film. First point of view, actually from this is a very spooky one from this girl. Say, the house opposite very haunted there's two persons standing there. Now then you flip onto the old man and old lady side. 老公 you see the moon very nice it reminds me of the younger days. Then they all actually sweet talk, romantic. Then they flip over to the other side again. Can you see the two of them standing there just staring at me every night?
I've seen this before, but it was not a horror clip. Or maybe horror to the young man. So the young man is actually in the gym and then he's working out. Then he just walked by. And then after that, those kind of influencer, right? Just are you looking at me? Why are you staring at me? The kind of shit. It's like, who's staring at you? Then later all the women come and then, are you looking at me? Oh my God, stop staring at me. Maybe that's the man horror film.
Oh my God, all those gym influencers. So annoying.
Maybe. That's the man horror film. Like from the two POV, it's like the female POV like trying to cancel you. Oh my
Yeah.
god, this person keep looking at me. See, all my viewers cancel this person.
Gen Z
block
horror
him, beat him
movie.
up.
Horror shots. Okay, so from creepy neighbor, we bring you to our very last confession for today. This
Jang,
one,
jang, jang.
this one is from anonymous member and narrated by Belinda Gunn.
This is shared by anonymous member. This story is shared by my colleague. Many years ago, my colleague have shifted to a landed house near the beach area in a quiet part of Singapore. Everything seems fine initially. One day, my colleague's sister decided to drop by with her kids to visit him and his wife. When they reached, my colleague was still out with his wife and the helper when he received a call from the sister asking why there was nobody opening the gates. When they shared that they were out with their helper, the sister replied that she and her husband saw someone at the second floor window earlier. Thinking that it might be a burglar, they rushed home to find that there was nobody in the house. They felt strange but thought nothing of it. One night, my colleague was doing his work at the second office floor when they heard the sound of the grill at the staircase being unlatched. They have installed these grills as he had 3 young children and he didn't want them to fall down the stairs. After completing his work, he went out to the room to head back to the master bedroom to sleep, only to realize that the grills was left ajar. Thinking that the helper went down to get water and forgetting to latch it again, he latched the grill and went back to sleep. The next morning, he scolded his helper for leaving the grills ajar and saying that it was dangerous for the kids. She told him that she did not open the grills at all, or neither she was awake in the middle of the night. After which, he asked his wife if she went down to the kitchen at night before, and she also said that she did not. Hence, my colleague took it as his helper was lying. A couple days ago, his eldest sons at breakfast told him that he saw a lady in green dress on the second floor before coming down to breakfast. Hearing that, my colleague went up and took a look. He didn't see anyone at all. When he went to the third floor to take a look, he couldn't find anyone as well. He thought that his son was talking nonsense, so he brushed it off. The following week, my colleague was at the second floor office working again when he heard the sound of the grill being unlatched. This time round, he rushed out to the staircase immediately to see the grill was left unjarred, but there was no one around. He rushed down to the kitchen to find it dark and there was no one around. Feeling a little bit creeped out, he went up, locked the grill and decided to go to his room to sleep instead of continuing his work. Sometime later, my colleague and his wife were up one night having a conversation in their bedroom, when suddenly they heard a noise and it sounded like it was raining. It came from the direction of their wardrobe. They looked at each other in shock, and my colleague went off the bed and opened the bedroom, and the sound immediately stopped. At this point, my colleague was very scared and he did not want to scare his wife further. Hence, he did not tell his wife about his earlier encounters. They went to sleep that night, nothing else happened. The next few weeks were uneventful, except that his helper would complain to him that sometimes she would wake up in the morning to work to find the grills on the second floor and the third floor was left ajar, and she said it was not her. One night, my colleague and the wife had a very bad quarrel. Feeling annoyed, my colleague decided to go to the guest room to sleep on the third floor. When he was at the third floor, he saw something he will never forget. At the third floor, at the end of the corridor staircase leading to the roof of the terrace, he saw that the staircase, the whole family comprising of a mother, daughter, father and son was staring at him. As my colleague had experienced seeing spirits before when he was younger, he was told to pretend not to see them. As shocked as he was, he tried to be as calm as possible and went into the guest bedroom to lock the door and went to sleep. Thankfully, nothing happened to him that night. That very next night, he immediately contacted his church pastor to come down and bless his house. He said ever since that day, there was no more strange happening, but as of today, he was no longer staying in that house. Thank you for the sharing. Eugene, before we moved on, I want to say something. So I recorded this 3 to 4 a.m. last night. Sorry, earlier in this morning. Okay, so now it's like 9:10 plus lah, right? Okay, so when I was recording, the whole house was asleep. There's nobody lah, right? Okay, just now when you were playing the recording, I heard something at the background because I didn't play again. I just stitched the video together. You know when if you can play back, I don't know whether I'm hearing things or it may be things from your background, but it came from my earpiece lah. Okay, it came from my earpiece. I heard that, to prevent the children from falling down the stairs, that part, the initial part.
Initial part.
The one where they first talk about the grills. I heard faint screaming at the back, like the children fall down.
Okay, it's not from my house because I'm in my studio. So definitely no sound.
Okay, I might be hearing things maybe from the lack of sleep, or maybe I captured something from my speaker yesterday.
Okay, let's try.
Have installed these grills as he had 3 young children and he didn't want them to fall down the stairs. After completing his work, he went out to the room floor of it. One night, my colleague was doing his work at the second office floor when they heard the sound of the grill.
I heard a buzzing sound, like as if your handphone interrupted the...
Buzzing maybe, but I heard, you know what I heard?
What?
It's like a how to describe this? It's like a child falling down. Then you go like...
So it's a long scream.
It was a long scream. It was like about 3 seconds like that.
Okay.
Then,
Let's play on again,
the staircase being unlatched. They have installed these grills as he had 3 young children.
Should be there, right?
3 young children with the falling down the stairs part. And he didn't want them to fall down the stairs. After completing his
Don't have it. Hey, I think I lack of sleep. Okay, my bad. But okay, genuinely just now I did hear something. So if you play back to the video just now, you can see my face like expression like change a bit. I'm just like, say now, say later.
Oh my.
Dang.
Ghostly sounds. Okay, it's definitely not coming from my studio because my studio is soundproof.
Mine isn't.
Yeah, so no screaming kids here. Anywhere in your house, your surrounding area?
My surrounding area, there is kids lah, but it's 3 or 4 a.m. If I would have heard the scream, I think then the thing will pick up ma.
So it's
right?
not
But I
the
only
screams
hear it.
coming now. It's the screams coming.
The scream is only coming now because last night when I was recording, I didn't put my earpiece. I was playing out on speaker.
Correct.
So my speaker is much louder ma. So now I have the earpiece, I can hear like a faint scream just now initially lah.
Yeah, correct.
But-
What I'm asking is whether the sound is coming from your earpiece or from outside.
Outside, I don't think so. Everything's so coincidence, just nice. Okay. But to be fair, the last time I did went to like a psychic medium to get myself cleansed. Because my friend told me to lah. Okay, I don't know. She don't want to tell me the reason why, but she just tell me, hey, you got bad juju. You need to go and cleanse.
When was
Then I
this?
like, okay. A while back. Maybe you can do another confession. This is a whole hoo-ha story.
Wow. Most recent one.
No. You remember the last time I text you and then I asked you for a female medium?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think it was like about 1.5 years or 2 years ago already.
Okay.
Yeah, that was around that time. Then she's like, hey, you got bad juju vibes. Then after that, I'm just like, okay, I go and cleanse. Then she said, you must be cleansed by a female medium. Is it medium? Female spiritual master. Then I go and where and find a female spiritual master unless it's the latest one, the Gen Z, right? Which is like, whether they are real or fake, you don't really know ma. Because nowadays, everybody is calling themselves a witch. And I was like, what lah? Then after that, I went to the one that she recommended. So I went already. And then after that, this person say that you have a lot of children spirits attached to you. Then I'm like, yes, my profession, I also work with children a lot. They seem to like me. Especially like the special needs one. They will always call me like mama and things like that.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Oh yeah, you got a good
Yeah.
maternal energy about you lah.
Probably. Yeah. So I think then maybe all the Hantu children also latch on to me. Then they say they make an imprint on you. Because I think currently I can't hear them. So after that they like so I asked her like what is the imprint means, right? So basically I from my understanding it is like, you know, when you go to a website you bookmark the page then you come back later.
You got cookies.
Yeah, I got cookies.
Cash. It's cash on your energy pattern.
It's like they will come back later probably to like, you know, ask me something or something. I'm like, interesting.
Wow. All right. So confessions on that. Maybe they can even confess next week lah. Live confession. Not
Maybe,
not
maybe. I'll
live,
go
but
and, I'll go and
housekeeping.
jot down all the notes and then I'll let you know.
Alrighty. So thank you once again for watching Housekeeping with us, your host. My name is Eugene. That is the succubus Belinda. We'll be back next week with more of Belinda's housekeeping content for you guys.
Yay! Thank you, Eugene.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. See you next week.
Bye.
What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.